the Flipmode Squad.
Right.
One of my favorite groups of all time. If anybody who knows me knows that I was a huge Flipmode fan. I heard you mention something coming in 21 with the Flipmode. Can you give us a brief breakdown of Rod Digger, Spliff Star, Rampage, Baby Sham, Lord Have Mercy, how each member got into the group to begin with? I know you and Ramp are cousins, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ramp is the first Flipmode member because he was my cousin and he was the closest one to me that was rhyming. So, you know, we was able to figure it out with him. That's how come, you know, he ended up on Flavor in Your Ear and all of them other shits because he was the focus for me at the time to set him up so he could go. You know what I mean? I met Rod Digger through Q-Tip. Q-Tip, she was Q-Tip's artist. And she was with that artist. And, you know, I don't think that, you know, Q-Tip was in a space at the time where he was able to really dedicate himself to her all the way. So he called me and put me on to her.
Rod Digger was bad. She was bad.
Rod Digger crazy. She's one of the most incredible MCs I ever met.
Agree.
And if you notice, I ain't say female MC. I said MC, period. Right. She busting niggas' asses too. Now,
yeah, she would put it on you in a minute.
Oh, that's a fact. So I met Rod Digger through Q-Tip. Q-Tip called me and gave me Digger because he saw what I was doing with Rampage. He felt like I would be able to assist the situation. And I was brother, so he know if he give me something, I'm gonna treat it like a diamond. And I called Rod Digger. I've known about Rod Digger. I've seen Rod Digger, you know, in different situations and battles, and I've seen her in ciphers rhyming with just. I never seen her rhyme with girls at that time. I always seen her rhyming with dudes. The way she held her own was incredible to me.
Legend has it she was rhyming at the Lyricist Lounge.
Lyricist Lounge. She was pregnant and had a half a Blimpie sandwich in a snorkel, bro, in the pocket of a snorkel, bro. She would pull a sandwich out and eat that shit pregnant while the next nigga was rhyming. Like that shit used to just resonate so crazy. It almost was like a prop. Like she was just using that shit to shit on another nigga that was killing himself to out-rap her, and she was just having a lunch break looking at the nigga like he was stupid. You know what I'm saying? And then when it was her time to spit, she would just hand the nigga ass to him. You know what I mean? Baby Sham I met when I was shooting the Woo-Ha video. We shot the shit in Long Island City, which was right across the street. The facility we shot it at was right across the street from Queensbridge Projects. And Sham was out there with his clique called the Killer Kids. And it was a bunch of short niggas like him. And all of them niggas was nice. They was able to spit, but they looked like a bunch of troublemaking ass niggas. And Sham came over to the video to see, because, you know, I had records out at the time, and, you know, we in they hood, and, you know, he wanted to pull up to see what was going on. So somebody told me he could rhyme. I think Sham was like 14 or 15 at the time. And when I met him, spit for me, he spit, and he sounded incredible. I car with me, I sat with him, I talked about wanting to sign him. One of his niggas from his clique came over and knocked on the window of the door, the window of the car, and told Sham, niggas want to talk to him. So Sham get out the car, go back across the street, and he had to get the blessing from Mobb Deep, because I think Hav and P was working with him with the Killer Kids at the time. And
wow,
you know, Prodigy gave Sham his blessing to, you know, get with Busta Rhymes and Flipmode, and it was off to the horse races after that. Lord Have Mercy comes from East Flatbush, where we grew up at. And Lord Have Mercy lived right down the block, my original block. And Rampage knew him before I knew him. And Rampage put me on to Lord Have Mercy. And then when I got with Lord, we talked to Lord about being a part of the movement. And Lord was already incredible, but Lord was like he was an introvert. Lord don't come out. Lord don't really mingle with niggas. Lord was like a loner. It was like, always moved around by himself. And the only time you really heard that nigga speak is if you was rocking with him and you was his man, he was microphone. He ain't really mingle with niggas too much. And Lord is kind of still like that to this day. You don't really see Lord unless there's a reason for Lord to be there. You know? Last but not least, you know, Spliff Star grew up on the block I was raised on in East Flatbush. Spliff since I was 7 years old. Him and Scratchator. They really lived on a block that my cousin lived at. So whenever I was needed to be babysitted, you know, my parents might have left me on that block with my aunt and my cousins over there. So being over there all of the time, more often than not, I got with Spliff and Scratchator. We just became bros, just from childhood days. So that's pretty much how Flipmode came together. Yeah, we got a new album done. First album in 22 years from Flipmode.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And stay tuned, because I'm definitely announcing the name and the title of the album and the release date real soon.
Yeah, whenever y'all ready for that rollout, we definitely want to make sure we get behind that whole campaign. And
Absolutely, thank you.
The same we doing with you right now. Like